Hello and welcome everyone. Let us start with a new lesson, that is in class 9 lesson number 2 in the CBSE NCERT book. The name of the lesson is Physical Features of India. Now what do you mean by physical features? So before going to that, let us little bit understand about the formation of landform that we find in India. So in India there are different kind of, total India is made up of different kind of landform. So somewhere it is mountain, somewhere it is a plain area, somewhere it is plateau, or it is covered with desert. So all these different kind of landform that we find in different parts of India. It is not that the whole country is made up of a single kind of landform. It is not like that. In whole different parts of India we find different kind of landform. Not only that, we also find different kind of rocks in different parts. There are rocks such as very hard rocks such as marble, and example of marble is the rock that is used to make Taj Mahal. So there it is very hard rock, and there are also very soft rock like rock that makes talcum powder. So talcum powder that we use in our body or in our face, this talcum powder is also made up of rock. So this is the softest rock, very soft, and this is very hard rock. Apart from that, in different parts of our country we find different kind of soil. So each kind of soil has its different quality. For example, it has different color, it has different texture, then its fertility and all types of agriculture that is done in that particular soil. So all these are different from each other. Now all these characteristics that we find in different parts, it is logically made related with something else. So different parts of India has been made in different geological period. So in different geological period, different parts of India was made, like the peninsular part, the Himalayan mountain, then different parts that we see. So according to their formation, the characteristics they possess are different. So the soil that was formed in different period of geological period, its characteristics is different. So let us next discuss about the formation of India in different geological period. So there are various theories related with the formation of different physical features on the surface of the earth. So the main important theory that is very widely accepted, it is the plate tectonic theory. According to this theory, the earth has been divided into various big and small plates. So first let us understand what is a plate. So a plate is a part of the earth crust. Suppose this is the part of the earth crust, and in this crust only everything is there. Even the ocean is also on this crust only. Then the mountain is also on this crust only. The continent are also on this crust only. And this plate, it used to move from one place to another, either very slowly or little bit fast, but it moved from one place to another on the magma that is below the earth. On that, the plate used to move from one another. Now with the movement of this plate, everything moved. That is either the ocean, the mountain, the continent, everything moved with the plate. So this is the concept of the plate. So according to this theory, there are numerous this kind of plates on the surface of the earth. Many small and many big plates are there, and they move on the surface of the earth with from one place to another. So next let us go to different types of plate that has been divided according to this theory. So different kinds of plates according to this theory are divided according to their movement, on which way they move. So if there are two plates side by side and they both are coming towards each other, this type of plates, the boundary between this type of plate, it is known as convergent boundary. The boundary between them is known as convergent boundary. They are coming towards each other. So the area near this boundary is very destructive, because if they come towards each other, one plate will go over the other. If the plate is small, the smaller plate will go under and the bigger plate will go over it. Then there will be a huge destruction in the periphery area or in the boundary area, because earthquake may take place, volcanic eruption may take place. So various side effects are there in near this plate boundary. The next type of plate boundary is divergent boundary. This type of plate, when two plates they move away from each other, they are staying together but they are moving away from each other. So this type of plate boundary between them is called divergent boundary. So it is not destructive but it is constructive, because when they move away from each other, in between them there may new land may come up from below the ocean or below the magma. New land may come up. So it is known as constructive boundary. Next, third type of plate, that is transform boundary. So this type of plate, they neither collide or neither come towards each other nor go away from each other, just go side by side. Just one plate is moving and the other plate is moving on maybe on opposite direction, or they may go together towards the same direction also, but they move side by side, they don't collide with each other. So this type of plate boundary is known as transform boundary. So this type of boundary we can find in the Atlantic Ocean, that is North America and South America on one side and Europe and Africa on other side, both are going away from each other. So this type of boundary we can find in the Austrasian plate, Australia and Asian plate, and African plate, both are going towards each other. This type of boundary we find in Indo-Australian plate and Indian plate. This one we will discuss little bit elaborately. So as we have discussed the plate boundary, if they move towards each other, that is if it is convergent boundary, then it is a very destructive boundary. So these two plates, that is Indo-Australian plate, where India is also there and Australia is also there, it is comparatively a smaller plate, but this Eurasian plate is a very big plate. Now these both plates are moving towards each other, the boundary between them is convergent boundary, both are moving towards each other. So the boundary between them is very destructive. So there may be in future, it may happen that huge amount of earthquake may take place in the boundary area, in the periphery area. So there may be huge destruction may take place. And the important thing is that the boundary between Eurasian plate and Indo-Australian plate is just the Himalayan region of India. It is just the area where at present Himalaya is there. So, and some part of northeast India. So this area is very vulnerable, or you can say red alert area for volcanic eruption, earthquake, etc. So next, let us come to the next topic, that is the result of plate movement. Now already we have discussed about the different types of plate movement that we find. So what is the result of this plate movement? Now when this plate movement move towards each other or go away from each other, so there are different results they show. So first result is folding. Folding means to fold the upper layer of the earth surface like we fold a paper. So similarly, these are the upper layer of the earth surface. When there is pressure exerted from both the side on this layer, as a result it takes this kind of fold. Same layer, it takes this kind of fold. It may form a fold mountain, you can say, from this. So next is faulting. So faulting is also the occurring of cracks on the surface of the earth due to extraction or contraction. It either pushing or going away. So because of continuous extraction and contraction, so some faults on this layer, some faults may occur like this. So this crack that occur on the layers of the earth, it is known as faults. This is known as faulting. Next is volcanic activity. So inside the upper layer of the earth, inside there are stored area where there is magma, which is called magma. It is a molten material which is inside the surface of the earth. So this magma, they are always they are very hot and molten material. They always find a way to come out to the open air. Always they find out a way. So when there is volcanic activity or something happen like that, So they used to find a weaker zone on the surface of the earth. On the top layer of the earth, they used to find a weaker zone, and through that weaker zone they used to break and come out to the surface of the earth. This is known as volcanic eruption. So on the area where it comes out, it used to deposit the magma that comes out and deposit it is known as lava. So this lava they deposit on the surface of the earth, it take the shape of like a mountain. This is what called accumulation of volcanic mountain, you can say. So this type of these are the three important activities that is related with plate movement. So let us come to the next topic, a theory that is related with the formation of the earth. So it is a Greek theory. The words that I use are Greek words. So according to this theory, it was believed that all the continents of the earth are were accumulated together in the sometimes in the past, millions and millions years back. So all the continents, small either islands, everything were accumulated together, and it was a supercontinent was there. This is a supercontinent. Name of this supercontinent was Pangaea. So this supercontinent was divided into two types, the northern part and the southern part. The northern part and the supercontinent was surrounded by a ocean or sea, you can say big ocean. So it was named as Panthalassa. So the continent was Pangaea and the sea, the ocean that surrounded it was Panthalassa. So this continent was divided into two types. The northern part was called Angara land and the southern part was called Gondwana land. So the Angara land were composed of the present continent, you can say North America, Europe, then Greenland, then Russia, Asia, northern part of Asia. So I will again repeat, please remember, North America, Greenland, then Europe and the northern part of Asia. So the Gondwana land, that is the southern part, in this there were continents of South America, Africa, India, Australia and Antarctica, 5 continents. So India though is a country. So first is, again I will repeat, please remember that first is South America, Africa, then Antarctica, then India and Australia, or you can say Oceania. So these were the continents that were in both this land. But slowly these continents, they broke. These small continents, they broke into small parts and they started to move away from each other. So when they started to move away from each other, the present position where we can see, so what we see, the present position came into being. They came to the present position where by moving away from each other. So at present North America and South America is somewhere very far, then rest part of the world, then Australia went down, then Antarctica went down. So the present position came in this way. So next let us come to the next topic, that is, we have already come to know that India was the part of Gondwana land. So before initially India went away from the mainland, that is with Angara land, then later on again came back and took the position where at present we can see. So there was, towards the northern part of India, there was a small sea. Name of this sea was Tethys. So this Tethys sea was towards the north of India. So the characteristics of this sea was geosynclinal sea. Now what is geosyncline? So many small rivers from both the side of India came and fall into this sea, that was in this Tethys sea. Now geosynclinal sea, what is a geosyncline? Here if you see, a geosynclinal sea has a characteristics of like just you can say balloon. When in a balloon you go on putting pebbles or stones, then it will go down and down and its both side will come nearer and nearer like this. So because of this huge amount of the sediments from these rivers were accumulated in this Tethys sea. As a result, when it went down and down, its sediment increased and increased. As a result, the pressure below has increased, it has exerted a great pressure below. As a result, it started pushing the top layer. It started pushing the top layer of the soil. When it started to push the top layer of the soil, it has created fold. like this fold, and this fold when started to rise up came out of the sea. So as a result a mountain has come up in this place. So this mountain that has come up in the place of Tethys, it is known as the Himalayan mountain at present, where we see towards the north of India. So it is said that this Himalayan mountain has come up from this Tethys sea. So this Himalayan mountain is from this geosynclinal sea. Still today there are many evidences found in this mountain coming out from this sea, because there on the top of the mountain fossils are found of such animals and plants which can only survive under the sea. So how these animals and plants have gone to that top layer of the Himalaya to this such a high level? So it is assumed that the Himalayan mountain has someday it was under the sea. That is why. And also it's still today it is rising. The Himalayan mountain is still today rising and rising. It is every year its height increased by a few centimeters. So this is the theory of the origin of the Himalayan mountain through from the geosynclinal sea that was known as Tethys. Next topic, let us come to the most important topic of this lesson, is that the major physiographic divisions of India. So the major physiographic division, the first one is the Himalayan mountain. So it is towards the north of India, and it is situated, it is a very young fold mountain. We have already discussed how it has originated from the Tethys Sea and why it is called fold mountain, because it is formed of different kind of fold. So let us discuss elaborately the first physiographic division of India, that is the Himalayan mountain. So first let us discuss about the north-south division of Himalaya. So the total length of Himalaya extends from here, Jammu and Kashmir. This is the northern part of India drawn here. So from Jammu and Kashmir, Himalaya extends up till Arunachal Pradesh in the east. From west in Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. Its total length is 2,400 kilometers from Jammu and Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh, total length. But its width varies. In near Jammu and Kashmir, it's where it is more, width is more, it is 400 kilometers, about 400 kilometers width. And where it is very less, near Arunachal Pradesh, it is 150 kilometers, about 150 kilometers. So if we divide it from north to south in this direction, then we can divide it into three distinct and three different ranges. So the northernmost range is known as Himadri. It is also known as Greater Himalaya or Inner Himalaya. So its total length or total height, not length, its height is 6,000 kilometers. So it is the highest Himalaya, which is towards the north of Himalaya, that is the other side of India, if you can see. So next, the range that comes after Himadri, that is Himachal. It is also known as Lesser Himalaya. So its total height is 3,700 kilometers to 4,500 meters. So not kilometers, meters. So 3,700 meters to 4,500 meters. Its height varies from. Next is the Sivalik. The last range, that is Sivalik. This is the range from where it is near to India, or from where from India, the range that we can see. It is the lowest range of Himalaya. Its height varies from 900 to 1100 meters. So this is the range where most of the tourist spot or hill stations are situated. So the important ranges that we find in this Himalaya here are Pipanjal, Dhauladhar. This type of ranges are found in the Himachal, that is in the middle. So next, in the Sivaliks we will find many dunes, that is a small narrow valley that is present, or a narrow gap or way that is present in the Himalayas. These are known as dunes. Such dunes are like Dehradun, Kotli Dun, etc. So these were some of the divisions of Himalaya, or some of the explanation of Himalaya if we divide Himalaya from north to south, that is north-south direction, in this way. So let us go to the next topic, that is the east-west division of Himalaya. We have already discussed about the north-south division of Himalaya. Now this is the east-west division of Himalaya, from east to west, how Himalaya is divided. So this is again the northern part of India from Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh, or the Himalayan mountain is spread. So from the river river Indus, this is the river Indus, from the river Indus to river Satluj, the part of Himalaya between river Indus and river Satluj, this is the part of Himalaya between river Indus and Satluj. It is known as Punjab Himalaya. It is also known as Kashmir Himalaya also traditionally, but this is mainly known as Punjab Himalaya. Then next, from river Satluj to river Kali, between this, the part of Himalaya that is between this is known as Kumaon Himalaya. Then again, from river Kali to river Tista, the part of Himalaya between this river Kali and river Tista is known as Nepal Himalaya. So it is also known as Nepal Himalaya. So from river Tista to river Dihang, so the part of Himalaya between this is known as Assam Himalaya. So after crossing river Dihang, the Himalayan mountain bends. It bent and moved towards south. This part that moves towards south and it becomes very narrow. This part very narrow and that moves towards south. It is known as Purvachal or Eastern Hills. Either it is known as Purvachal or Eastern Hills. These are the divisions of Himalaya from east to west. So this is the total explanation of Himalayan mountain based on its different classification, based on north-south classification also and east-west classification. So let us move to the next physiographic division, that is the northern plain. So just where the Himalayan mountain has ended, from there only a big extensive plain is there, and this is known as the Great Northern Plain. This plain has been made up of three important rivers of India, that is Indus, then Ganga and the Brahmaputra. So let us discuss elaborately about the northern plain of India. So let us move to the next topic, that is east-west division of Himalayan plain. So the northern plain. So the total length of the northern plain from Brahmaputra plain to the Punjab plain, it is 2400 kilometers, and its width vary from 240 kilometers to 320 kilometers. So somewhere it is 240 kilometers and somewhere it is 320 kilometers. It is made up of three rivers that is deposited by three rivers, alluvial soil from these three rivers, that is Indus river, Ganga river and the Brahmaputra river. From east to west, that is from in east-west direction, it can be divided into three distinct divisions. That is the plain that is beside the river Indus. This is river Indus. Beside river Indus, the plain that is found is known as Punjab plain. This plain found. At present, this plain maximum of this plain is in Pakistan. So next, the plain that is beside the river Ganga is known as the Ganga plain. The plain that is beside the river Ganga, or it is the plain that is composed by the river Ganga and its tributaries. And the plain that is beside the river Brahmaputra is known as Brahmaputra plain. So this is the east-west division of this plain and the total length of the plain. Next, let us move to the north-south division of the plain. Next, let us talk about the north-south division of northern plain. Here I am not drawing the map like Kashmir and Arunachal Pradesh so that you can understand better. So it is in the map only. The Himalayan, where the Himalayan mountain ends, from there only the northern plain starts. So the rivers that come from Himalayan mountain, small river or small stream, when it end the Himalayan mountain and reach the northern plain, just when it reaches the northern plain, the first belt, the river waters goes down because there are big pebbles, big boulders. So directly it goes down the water. So the belt where the water goes down, the Himalayan river water goes down, it is known as Bhabar belt, the first belt. So it is of around 8 to 1600 kilometers, this Bhabar belt is. Then when after crossing the Bhabar belt, the water that has gone inside due to the pebbles or boulders, it has again re-emerged. In the next belt it re-emerged and create huge amount of wetland or swampy land. Wetland means a huge area of land where water remains for many years. So this is called wetland. So huge amount of wetland is created in this type of in the second belt, that is known as terai. This terai region is very rich for natural forest region, then natural animals, habitat, many things are, such things are found here. So Dudhwa National Park is a national park that is found in this belt. Apart from this, it is many different kinds of plants, animals are found in this region. So the third belt, if you come from north, the third belt is the Bhangar belt. It is composed of the old alluvial soil. We know that alluvial soil is the soil which is deposited by the river and is tributaries on its bank year after year. When it go on depositing year after year, the area becomes totally plain and the soil is known as alluvial soil. It is very good for agricultural purpose. For agricultural purpose, this old alluvial soil is very good. So this belt is known as Bhangar belt. So it is good for agriculture. Though we know that northern plain is very good for agriculture, it is only for this belt. This belt is the biggest in all the belt. This Bhabar belt is the biggest belt. Here also one more important thing, that Kankar, one important kind of pebbles like structure is found in this belt. Next, the last belt that is near to the river is the old new alluvial soil belt, where there new alluvial soil is found. It is known as Khaddar belt. So this Khaddar belt is very near to the river, and that is why this is the river, and that is why year after year this Khaddar belt is renewed. The soil in the Khaddar belt is renewed by creating flood. River used to create flood. They used to deposit new sand and silt, and the Khaddar belt, the soil in the Khaddar belt always it is renewed. So this is the north-south division of the northern plain. So far we have discussed the east-west division of northern plain also, and the north-south division of northern plain also.